Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it. Get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
A man who played his college ball in Tallahassee, here's Cam Akers. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. When you look at this defense, it's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
And this will be incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Let's go now.
Here's Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give up the middle to Akers. And down to the 41.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw is Daniels. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Check, Panthers.
Off the play fake, Daniels. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And it's caught. Touchdown. Chris Olave. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they're led out by their rookie quarterback, the former Boilermaker from Purdue.
And a very promising debut in week one. Let's face it, rookie quarterback, anytime you can go out in week one that way and get a victory, you take that as a giant positive as a team and as a player. Now, he'll work on improving his own individual play while continuing to help his team win.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 60, trap 60. Hup.
He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 47 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So that drive, 4 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of... You know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hey, ready, go.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he works free. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Off the option, here's Akers. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that deep. get to turn it back to their offense.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that.
Ready.
Second down.
Panther 11, Panther, let's go. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Okay,
They
ready.
head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
60 Bobcat, 65. Ready.
Back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. Warrior 70. Here we go. Shot. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. Go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack.
Here we go. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one deep for Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 tight. 19 tight. And up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to... down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fighting him off. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Let's go now.
Daniels looking to throw. The pass caught by Olave. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
60 Eagles.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he shifts past him. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
On the set. Set. Ready. Ready. Hut. Hut.
To the air goes Daniels. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
79 Broncos. Let go. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Christian Kirk, his second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Set.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
18, Pioneer. Come on. Set. Trap 60. Trap 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Hut.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Flush to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Isaiah Likely, 27 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Let's go. Set up.
They go play action. Daniels. That's out to the flat for Akers. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a second down and 6.
Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Olave holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
Previous
with all
play
reviews
is under
coming from the
review.
replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Ready.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Daniels. This one taken in by Olave. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Let's go now.
Here's Daniels. And his throw here's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Ready.
Play action, now it's Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Ready, break! 70 Lions! Come on, come on.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our...
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of Quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go. In motion right is Wilson. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Sack. Dragon 60. Buffalo 18. Check out.
They're going to look to throw. Complete to Johnston here. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
And Chubb will try the middle here. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
70 Timberwolves. Say, hey. 19 Lions. Hey.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Shut up. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Now back to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he stopped immediately there.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right? All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. In motion, the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now Daniels. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
Ready? Set, go.
To throw is Daniels. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the handoff, it's Akers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing now is Daniels. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. Chris Olave with his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Warrior 70. Ready, right?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now a deep one for Johnston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
It's caught inside the 25. And touchdown! Garrett Wilson, 74 yards. And now they have taken a fourth quarter lead. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, fourth quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Here we go, set. Ready. Hey.
On the give, this is Akers. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth. A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's first and 10. The pass caught by Olave. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. All three timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And it's caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore. A 16-yard touchdown. And his guys have once again taken the lead.
Alert! Bronco switch.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They'll come up first and 10 here.
18 Rattler. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Plenty of time. All three timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That's pulled in by Wilson. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Go.
They'll run for it with Akers. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week,